Welcome, everybody. Why do I feel like tonight is going to be special? I don't know. Hope you all had a fantastic week and a great start to your a great Friday in general. But we are here now. I have my build that I've been working on for quite some time. Hey, I'll just got tonight's gonna be a great show. I'm embracing that now. So, anything new with you guys? Hope you let me know. I don't even. Can I read the chat tonight? I'm not really 100% sure what to do. Just I'm just gonna sit here. I've made great progress on the base camp build, as you have maybe seen on the Instagram. We've got the chassis pretty much welded up, and now I'm starting to work on the body panel stuff, things like that. That's going to be my main focus over the weekend, I believe. So I hopefully start working on some carbon fiber molds and things like. I think I'm going to mold everything, the hood and the side panels, and I'm not 100% sure on the roof. That is it's kind of up in the air still. These are Falken tires on here. These are the Falken Wild Peak MT, 4.65 inches tall. Yeah, it's a good find on that. Thanks guys. I think it looks Falken awesome as well. It's been a great it's been a great project so far, and I'm just real happy with how everything's going. But are those 4.25 inch Falkens? These are 4.65. Close, but these are the perfect fit for this truck here, and many trucks. Falken tires are a great fit for, not just this one or this model, anything like that. This is a Pacifico, one of my favorites. What's the timestamp for Josh to not be red anymore? It's just because of the heat. It's hot. We were very busy today, packing things. The RC Underdog, thank you, Paul. Before you get bum rushed, I just want to wish you well. I just drove from San Diego straight through to Austin in one 22-hour go. IMB. Is it that far? Those do not seem that far apart. Jeez. That's, No, I'm not. Well, I'm glad that you made it fine. It sounds like you got back at least, and so it sounds like a nice little road trip. I feel like it's probably 16 of that 22 hours is just in Texas, though. Anyway, there's been, I was so busy today, I didn't really get much time to be on the internet and see much going on. So, I really don't know how to act. But anyway, no. You know what? I think that this week has been a great week. Nobody is in trouble. You know what? Sometimes people just like to have fun, okay? And you know what? There will be more, of course, information on it. So many things are coming, but in particular, you'll find more information on things that you've seen today before too long. However, I'm not really going to let it all. You guys are going to be able to see it all over the internet, presumably over the next few days. So we're going to let some people have some fun. A number of people. Really? So, no mistakes were made. It was just, it's all, everybody's having a real good time, in all seriousness. And we're all excited to see how everything goes. But again, I am not going to give you the information you so desire. I don't even know exactly what that could be. Secret to the universe, things like that. In general. And the other thing is that I am here on a Friday. Had no idea when things were possibly going to hit the internet. It's kind of just the worst timing with this particular live show, because once I saw things get posted, it's like, well, that's going to make tonight pretty interesting. So that's it. I'm not going to, there's no information. I've only heard rumors of this thing anyway. So it's, did you allow some random guy to help pack Trucks of Freedom on Roseville Road? There was very specific instructions that were given to every single person packing. So anyway, I hope that you all enjoy. It's nice to just see that many of you are on the fan pages and things like that, because that was the goal. And you'll all enjoy a little bit of a look between, damn, it's now 700. That's way too much. Don't do that. There will, nothing is out so fast that it won't be available to be gotten sooner. Just saying. Are they going to be available later? I don't know what you're talking about specifically, but yes, of course. We don't make one of anything. So I really have no idea how to do this show tonight, but I was going to, I was like sitting here before it, and I had worked on my own Falcon livery for the side of the panels. So, build the Zoku. I was going to tonight, and it just with how everything went, it's just like, I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. I feel like I'm going to have to end this show tonight early anyway, just because this is all it's going to be. So, I do have this Zoku here. This is likely going to be next week, on next Friday. This is a VS410 Phoenix conversion, and it was going to be something I worked on tonight, but it's not going to be. So, this likely next week. Fun little project there, and we'll get to that, but not tonight. Tell Nicole we miss her. Yes, she's still back in Kansas City. She will be there through the holiday, so she'll be back just over. Josh and paint? Say hey. So this will be carbon fiber. That way I don't have to worry about painting. Don't worry. These skills here, this is one Picasso. I like it, Picasso. Thomas Bielzik, thank you very much. Is it a mineral, vegetable, bigger than a bread box? Cheers. I appreciate it very much. Bring back Nicole. She gets in stream. Oh, yeah, right. Ordered a Trucks of Freedom, and I had sad it didn't ship this week. Yeah, trust. We're catching up. So it's Trucks of Freedom bundle number 2 should be here Wednesday. Excited to see what, you never know, it could be in those boxes. The boxes that are available on the site now, the boxes that are already on the way, obviously. All kinds of, there might be other new stuff that we haven't shown yet in boxes. Just saying. That whole promotion will be ending soon, very soon. And I snuck in some new stuff for the last available ones. Other new stuff. And I'm guessing, well, some of it could be hitting people now, but we'll see. There'll be all kinds of fun pictures to hit the internet. Yeah, Losi Pro Moto. A bunch of people got shipping notification on that. I was not one of them. I was hoping I would, because it could have Well, I probably wouldn't have got it until Wednesday at this point, just because office is going to be closed Monday, Tuesday. Can you confirm or deny the Pro and Ultra are going away? Yeah, Pro and Ultra will be sunsetted. They'll be, sent to the farm. Yeah, they are. We've said that before. Pro and Ultra are going away. So that's the case there. They were a great kit. There isn't a immediate replacement for those or anything like that coming. That's not why everyone was just like, I knew that they were going to release something new. Trucks, they did this right before the RTR last time. It's like, well, I will surprise you all and say that had nothing to do with any of this. We can't predict the timing of these things. We did Trucks of Freedom this year because I slipped up saying Trucks of Fortune last Christmas so many times, and I kept saying Trucks of Freedom or Wheels of Freedom. I was like, we'll just do it for 4th of July because it was like a big joke. So that was the only reason. Like, there was no like, oh, this is what we're gonna do before anything. Not how it worked. It's just because it was funny and it was fun, and I always imagine that it's gonna be fun. Last time when we did it during the holidays, the weather was chilly but quite nice. Today, it was 104 trying to pack, and the people that actually had to do the work were quite hot and sweaty while I dipped into the AC on a frequent occasion. So I felt bad for them. I got them Starbucks. Probably not quite enough, but they also left a little early. TRD Adventures, thanks, Tim. I've been actual truck shopping, so I was holding out till next Friday to order a Trucks Freedom. That's what I get for waiting. I can't guarantee that long is going to work out. I'm not 100% sure. Got a Starbucks on a hot day? Cool. They got cold drinks. Did that Liquid Death show up? Andy C., it did. Today, as I was leaving the office, and some of it is in my refrigerator. I did leave some of it at the office because it said to Josh and the Vanquish people. I was just like, it means I can't take it all home. I was like, fine, I'll leave some of it here, but I'm bringing the rest. Amazing. As always, Andy. Very, very much appreciated. Gunner, my meat is really hot, Nissen. Thank you. What the shit? No Nicole yet again. Tonight's code, #we want Nicole. Yes, she's still back in Kansas City, although it's hotter there and more humid. So, that Gunner, thank you. SatisfiedJerky.com. #we want Nicole is a coupon code. You can go save 10% on jerky at SatisfiedJerky.com. Again, it's pinned at the top there. Telling you the mango habanero or the sweet hot meat sticks. Oh, so good. Bacon jerky, also hard to, there's so many, it's hard to beat. Brian Freese, much appreciated. Thank you. And your first super chat, I appreciate it. I got my Trucks of Freedom today. Imagine my surprise when it wasn't a Phoenix, but a VS410 Pro. I'm beyond ecstatic. Thank you. Hey, I'm happy you're happy all the time. All the time. They're a good deal, but they're also just, there's lots of variety and things like that. It was made to be, it was made to be fun. So obviously trying to make, it's no RC four-wheel drive mystery box, but Clinton Lloyd, thank you as well. You didn't have a question in there, but throw one in if you have one. I'll try and catch it. Yes, here in Missouri, it is really hot and humid right now. Troy, yeah, she has told me. Are you going to paint this cage? Ben, yes. Since this one is just DOM, just regular old carbon steel, I'll absolutely be painting it. Not 100% sure what color, though. The one that this was modeled after, this chassis, was a number of different colors over time. It was gunmetal gray cage with white body panels for a while, and that looked pretty good. But it was also gold with black body panels for a time. And since I'm doing carbon panels, I was like, ooh, that could work. But I don't like doing like gold wheels with a gold cage because it's never gonna match. So yeah, I'm having a real hard time deciding. I guess I don't have to mimic the style that it was done before, the paint schemes. So I have to decide. But hopefully the carbon work goes quickly. I'm going to try and knock that out this weekend. We'll see. Clinton, thank you. Thanks for all the great content. Keep up the great work. I appreciate it. Thank you for your donation as well. Much. Flat orange with gold wheels. I really want to keep the gold wheels. I do love the gold. Gold and black Bird Reynolds theme. Andy, yes. I'll do the fire chicken style on the hood. Oh. Done. You nailed it, Andy. Perfect. That solved all of my questions. Done. I'll put Bird Reynolds right on the side of it somewhere. Psh, all that. I don't have to do any of that thinking anymore. Yes. Carbon fiber Falcon livery. Flat orange fire chick. Oh, so your questions get answered tonight. Yeah. Make the fire chicken an angry duck. I think just we'll come up with. I'll put a mustache on it. Try and Bird Reynolds it up a little bit. So we shall get there. But I still have to. There's a couple of things I have to do. I have to get the rear of the cage attached to the chassis back here, and I have to get the front attached, and then build a front bumper. I still got a few filler bars to add. So I've got the second C pillar in back here, but I don't have it in on this side yet. So it still needs that filler. Up front, there'll be a bar that goes from down here to up here, following the line of that inner fender right there. So it'll follow that from there to up there. I need that on both sides. And this will get a steel filler panel, some thin sheet metal, about, I don't know, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch wide, just straight down on this on the B pillar area. So kind of like a double B pillar, but just nice and fat. So that's the metal work that has to be done. That has to be done there. But I'm trying to think. I think that's about it. There's not a ton left that I have to get done as far as tube work goes. That front bumper is kind of my biggest like stylistic thing I have to figure out, and determining exactly how I'm going to tie everything in. I think that I'll probably do tabs front and rear now. I was just going to weld it to it. I'm still tempted to do that just because it's so much easier. But yeah. Homemade notching tool really came into play with filler. Ugh, works so well. I mean, I used it on every joint on the Porsches as well. Bought the new Hilo F10 portals, ordering titanium link kit. Yeah, the hardcore links for that makes it easy when you can just buy it all at once. Hobby Room, much appreciated. For my simple brain, Trucks of Freedom package number 2 is meant to be added to the package number 1. Also, need to get my address. Yes, Hobby Room, I do need your address. You need to message me on like Instagram or Facebook, or you can email me on my website. But Trucks of Freedom package 2 is a separate. We have a stack of number 1s and a stack of number 2s, and we just pull from whatever one the order is. So it doesn't get added; it's just its own one or the other. How many amps are you running for the silicone bronze filler rod to flow nicely with the TIG? I think I've got the TIG set to around 40 35 or 40. But of course, I don't know how much, I don't know that I have the pedal matted all that often. Yeah, I can never really know because I'm just, working the pedal. So, but yeah, that's, it does flow nicely. Of course, I have, I didn't want to do, like, doing body nuts or panel nuts is always such a huge pain in the butt for tube chassis. So I wanted to avoid that, since I did the whole cage design, that's why I made these insert panels that are my body nuts, basically. And that's, I had enough for 2 cut, and like, this is my door insert, so that's right there. But I just undersized these a little bit, drilled and tapped them, so now I can just bolt my body panels right in. So I welded that in on the side, did the roof one as well. It's up there. I've got the bulkhead and the firewall ones in. You can see it back there. Goes down, up and across. And that'll give me, like I said, I've got one back there. I've got one up underneath of that dash bar, if you can see. It's hard to tell, but gives me like just super easy places to mount interior parts or anything like that. It's also how my rear inner fenders mount. So this side here, you can see those 2 holes right there. Those are made to line up with the holes on the bulkhead back there, which is, again, camera doesn't want to focus on it, but just 2 screws from the back side right into that, drilled and tapped, and it makes everything so much easier. Yeah. Where's the battery going? It will go underneath of the hood, and I'll have a battery tray designed that will go right in this area. So it'll be a nice enclosed area that'll all just drop in. It'll likely bolt into these front inner fenders. So it'll just be like a system that kind of just locks in place, holds everything nice and secure. I'll reprint all of this stuff out of not blue. This is just standard PLA for right now. I'll print it out of something made for higher temp. I also have, I dropped in that rear RC four-wheel drive fuel cell. That's in there, and that piece is on its own mount. That is also an exhaust system that goes, you can see I did an X pipe because, why not? And it goes back to a couple of mufflers that will have an exit out of the back there. You can see the mufflers hanging back there. I just wanted to fill up that area of the cage a little bit with something, and an exhaust seemed somewhat appropriate. X-Pipe always sounds better. Exactly, Art. So like the Capper Bomber battery location, Chibs, exactly. And since I plan to do the carbon fiber hood, I'll come up with a mount that works with the attachment points that I've got underneath of here to try and keep everything right in place. Are you going to use all 4 servo slots for winches? You know what, Dawson? I thought about it. I was like, should I put a winch in here? I have the IS300, the Reefs comp spec winch. And I was like, but in reality, I'm like, I'm probably not going to winch. I don't winch unless I'm in competition. So, hey, Sorta Fast is in here. Look at that. Sorta Fast is Andy Brooks. Andy is the one who built the original Hack-A-Lack, which is what I'm basing this whole thing off of. So he built that in like what, 2007, 8, something like that. Andy, correct me if I'm close. Always liked it. I had asked him if I could buy it handful of times, many times, however many it is, and many other people had as well. So it, yeah, so cool that Andy jumped. maybe 2010. Okay, that sounds like, yeah, a little later. Either way, that was yeah. So he's the one who and yes, Andy, Carbon Hood. I'm gonna do a. I already 3D scanned this Escalade hood, and then I recreated that with surfacing. So I already have a solid model of the hood now. So from there, I can just design a mold, so I can do forged carbon fiber to give me that, to give me the proper shape of this. What kind of seats are you going to use, John? I'm just going to use my own model and get it placed exactly how I want, and go from there. I've got to design a dash that comes up and covers the top of this transmission tunnel. Goes down. I'm going to put the dig servo in. That's one of the things that I wanted to get done tonight. Get that servo in there because I need to make sure that I'm working everything around that. I did already drop in the motor to the design model to see how the clearance on that is going to be, and it's with the old school big center mounted transmission. It definitely cuts into that interior space, so we're going to fudge it a little bit, but we'll have a nice proper interior in it rather than just my normal typical bomber interior. Ben, Fusion 360 handles the conversion from scan to 3D body. No, they're solid body. Technically, it has certain things that it can do, but no. How I did it is I bring the scan in, and then I do planes, and I do a section through that, so it shows me the line where the scan data crosses the plane, and I did that in critical areas, and then I did my own surfacing and lofted between them to create the design of the hood as would be proper for, that is closely matched this one as possible. So I just did it myself using the scan data as reference data. Y'all got any Falcon Phoenixes? Whatever, Matt. I'm trying to divert. Moving on smartly. So, we're getting there. I have no doubt that there will be a few more times that will likely come up. And we will continue to just say that all the information will be coming. Enjoy the fun of seeing things in a fun, little, interesting new way. Just as, something to play around with. Hopefully people enjoyed it. Can you say all that again in English, please? It's a long weekend. We should probably just do an STL Sunday and just go over that. We'll do a hood model and a cage with some jig design, and we'll just put it all into one, and I'll show you everything I did to make this thing all at once in a very abbreviated version. Well, we'll go for that. I'm gonna need you to explain these to me like you're talking to a 3-year-old. What did you think of that Porsche ripping through Glamis I sent you on Instagram? I believe that a couple of people sent me that one, and it was legit awesome. Big old, lots of power, wide fence. Oh. Cat up a model of Lance Stroll celebrating out qualifying Alonso. What a qualifying it was today. Sort of fast. Can confirm 2010. Had to dig into my Dart, thank you. That's a link to what? Cheers with my Tito's and peach Red Bull. Oh, nice. That sounds fantastic, Brett. Right before this stream, I was just like, I wish I had some caffeine. I was a little on the tired side. I had no caffeine other than making another coffee. And it would have, I've had so much coffee today. I might have had too much coffee today for me. Damn it, I forgot my water bottle at work. I have to go back to the fire extinguisher this weekend. Unless I make it into the office. Yeah. Gonna be like Willy Wonka bars with golden tickets. Everyone's gonna be buying trucks for. Oh, I didn't take a photo today either. I did some other special color cards, some other parts that I guess, like I said, people haven't seen. Gonna be so much fun seeing all of the internet posts. R.I.P. Old Smokey. Yeah, that was wild. Glad he walked away on the Pikes Peak accident, though. That was absolutely wild. There was some other ones that I missed that went by too fast, so apologize on that. You shooting fireworks off this year? Not a big fireworks person. After, I feel like a handful of years back, I don't know how many years it was, my dad converted his 2-story garage to a 1-story garage instantly while he was inside of it. And not a big fan of fireworks stuff anymore. And also, California fireworks are lame. They're safe and sane fireworks here. Weak. I mean, I could probably sit in a lawn chair and shoot bottle rockets for 4 hours and like be mildly entertained. Be just fine. But I'm a simple person still. Neighbors have already begun their artillery displays. Oh my God. That's wild. Yeah. The reason with California and like wildfires and not allowing some fireworks, I understand. I'm not judging on that part. Tom Bay, thank you. Ordered my Trucks Fortune number 2 this morning. Now I'm sitting here on OT earning the money to pay for it. Hey, you know what? We all do what we got to do. Come to Oakland. It's like World War III on the 4th. I thought that Oakland was kind of always like World War III, though. Am I wrong? I mean, from what I see on the internet, at least. That's why you don't build your own fireworks. You buy them from someone else so they can blow up their garage. By the way, I didn't realize why you and Dean were waiting for me to finish course 4 this weekend. I was surprised by the... Yeah, Dawson, you did great. Last weekend we had a little comp up here in the mountains, one of my favorite crawl spots. And it was a small comp. I think we had like 15 or 16 people, something like that. But we had tough courses. So Dawson actually got through our last course of the day, which was the hardest course. And I think only like 3 people or 2 people finished, Dawson being one of them. He did fantastic. You see the drift drama from Kelsey. Wow, I've had 1.5 beers, so it's drift drama from Chelsea Denofa. Yes, I did. I'm on Chelsea's side. I know a lot of people are not. I know a lot of people are saying very unsportsmanlike, but I myself am a very non-confrontational person. In general, not a big fan of confrontation. I don't, makes me uncomfortable. But seeing Chelsea and then seeing him coming back and finishing how he did, I thought it was pretty rad. And I like Chelsea Denofa in general, so I'm biased anyway. Thomas Bielzik, thank you. Is the Snuffleupagus possible for both number 1 and number 2, or is it something completely separate? You could find any of the possibilities in any of the available packages. So yeah, I'm on Denofa's side. I am as well. Okay. Now to fix it. Yeah, Dawson. I was glad to see you do so well. You did a really good job. Denofa put his money where his mouth was, not gonna lie. He absolutely sent it. on that last one as well. You know, it's kind of fun to watch those RTR Mustangs drift. They do great. Not a fan of confrontation. That explains why he won't say my YouTube name. You know. Him eating the wall was hilarious. And I actually don't know the other guy who, I can't remember his name now. Anyway, who the other guy was who challenged Denofa's, call and all that. But yeah, either way. Those RTR Mustangs are so nuts on power. Evidently, they really are, because even the one that Cletus had, he said was way different to drive. Also, fun little thing. For those of you who do watch the Cletus channel, Cletus McFarland, which is, I'm sure many of you, but probably Stookie. Yeah, Stookie. For those of you who do watch the Cletus channel, fun little thing. I had a reel that was popular this weekend when building this thing, just randomly. And actually, a couple weeks before that, I had talked to Ty from Cletus channel, the fabricator, and he's got a VS410 Phoenix now, the RTR. And after this reel went up, James from there, Jackstand, he messaged me as well, just about RC stuff. He is also a huge RC guy. His RC, like, they show a little bit like the Traxxas bashing stuff on the Cletus channel, but James we were messaging back and forth. He was showing me a ton. He has a ton of RC, like on-road, like old school nitro stuff. He's actually a big RC person. He also has a Phoenix now, so kind of cool. Just a little, So that's not like it's just another guy on the internet. But like I look up to their content, or like look forward to seeing their content as much or more than almost any other YouTube channel. So yeah, it was kind of fun to be like, hey, you guys like RC too? You guys want to play toy trucks? So yeah, Chuffed is Josh looks so cute when he's starstruck. Whatever. Shut it, Alex. I'll unmod you. Mod number 1. Maxwell, thank you very much. Did someone get a Vatera Twin Hammers and a Falcon Edition? Wonder what other... Nobody got a Vatera Twin Hammers. That was a very funny photo. I enjoyed that. But nobody got a Vatera Twin Hammers. Ed Camino, thank you, Ed. Hello, sir. Got my Axle House and his 90mm shocks, sliders, candy green paint. Going to be hot outside in Vegas, but cool in my room building this beaut. Thanks for everything, bud. Thank you as well, Ed. Hope you enjoy your build. I'm working on Randy Slauson Gold Digger for next year's Axial Fest Badlands, which is June 19th to the 22nd. Gold Digger. Was that the trail buggy that they built, Jeremy? Where do we find these photos? On like the Vanquish Phoenix fan page, or it was the Vanquish Products fan page. It's one of those two, I believe. Josh asked a grown man down in the woods. Are you going to be invited to race a Crown Vic with the rest of the YouTubers? No, they like RC cars. Like, they're like, still, that's fun. You guys keep building your little cars. Keep building toy cars. You're fine. Blue and gold trail walk. Okay, that's the one. I remember that. I remember that one, Jeremy. That was a cool one. That was the 4-wheel steer bomber, correct? That was cool. I like that. I think I'm ready to get a TIG welder. If you post the base camp as some kind of build at home package, it looks fantastic. I am gonna post this thing up with the jigs that I've made. The send cut send stuff, I can do what's called a saved cart. So I can upload it all. I can determine the material and the thicknesses, and then add that as a saved cart. You just click a link and it'll have everything there, and then you can click buy. So you don't have to upload and select sizing and do the quantities and all that. I can do all of it, and then you just hit buy. And all of the parts that need to be laser cut on this should cost you about 30 bucks, because I bought 2 full sets and it cost me like 65, but I think 30 is the minimum. So it's gonna be 30 bucks. Maybe I'll come up with some other stuff on there or something, but yeah. But I'm gonna try and do that. It's something that is this titanium? No, this is plain carbon steel. So that's but it shouldn't be. It's the thing that I was always like concerned with is the fact that the jigs really are only going to work if you have a TIG. But then I was like, oh, that's kind of wrong, because if you have the jigs and you can place stuff in there and you can make sure that the lengths and the copes and all of that are proper, so you can then just mark everything, and if you need to, take it out like you would if you were building a non-crazy jigged unit and braze it into place. So I think that it will help you no matter what you have, but it's obviously most advantageous if you have a TIG and you can just do it right in the jig. So I was fooled by the coloration. Yeah, it's just, you know, as the steel blues, of course, just doesn't blue all the way down. Light MIG tacks, then braze. Oh, not a fan of MIG. Not a fan of MIG on these things, but whatever. Was anything rolled on that cage? As a matter of fact, it was, Ben. I absolutely have to buy one of them rollers because I'm freaking addicted to it. This here is rolled. See the slight roll to it. And then this here is a slight, and this here is a slight roll. So I've got to get with Corwin, right? Is that right? And I've got to get one of those coming, because holy crap. It's just the freaking, I was never, like, rolled tubing before was like never something I was just like, I like, because a lot of people use rolled tubing in areas that I was just like, eh. But now after using it in a couple of areas, I'm just like, this is a must for me. I absolutely must have this. So it's like it's number 1 on my must own fab tools next. So yeah, I need to get with him. All of my cages are rolled down a hill. Yeah, but in general, this thing has gone great. I do have a couple of plans with, so I put this big Cadillac emblem in the tailgate just because why not? And I think what I'm going to do, so I put these areas over here to do like tail lights. And then I think what I'm going to do is do one big piece of acrylic that'll go behind this plate. And I'm going to etch the Cadillac logo in the back. And I think I'll like etch a grid pattern on the taillight lenses to give it like a little bit of a kind of a fun diffusion. And then I'm going to like edge light, I think, the emblem. I feel something like that. So kind of like it's see-through, but when it lights up, it'll light up all the little lines and cross-hatching. I think that'll be cool. Kind of fun, something different. Fancy, right? I love fancy. Especially fancy for no reason. Oh, make something fancy that doesn't need to be fancy? I'm in. I need to find a 3-gear transmission plate for the Bomber. I want to add dig. Man, you know, it might just be easiest to get one of the 3-gear ready full skid plates, Jeremy. Be able to bolt that right in. That'd be my suggestion. I would see if Brazen Scale makes one, or if he knows someone who offers one that he may or may not make. Rourke Potts, haven't seen that name in a little bit. I still wear my orange Crocs. Thank you very much. But anyway, I did bring some parts home because I thought maybe I would get some work done. Let me figure out where I put them. Let's see. There we go. Is it normal to take 3 days to ship a truck screen? No, not normally. Not unless there was an issue with something on like billing or shipping address that needed to get that got kicked up to customer service, that type of thing. Intentional Falcon stripes on the side. This is just some graphic design I was playing with, Matt. Not 100% sure what you're talking about. These are blue and red. Nobody uses those color schemes. This is unique. Unique New York. Unique New York. $1 bidder. Perry G. Just watch the Drift drama. I love CD's response. Like I said, I'm not a confrontation guy, but that was pretty funny. Josh is a graphic artist now. Picasso. So first thing I've got here is a set of the standard Incision drive shafts. This is like Frank's Red Hot. Put that shit on everything. But swap that out for, or swap the plastic ones out for this. Digging the Enron logo on the side. Wow. That's a deep reference. Himisei? Can I? I'm gonna guess the Enron logo. I'm gonna guess Himisei that you're 52 years old. Let me know how close I am. I'm interested. I'm interested now. 52 to 56. Have you talked about Horizon acquiring Trinity? I have not. I'm not surprised by that at all. There was an Enron building in my town. Oh, where was that? I'm not surprised at all with the Trinity acquisition. The owner or the founder of Trinity passed away last year. If you guys remember, I covered it on the Scale News, which I assume that you all watch and remember every single episode. But yeah, he passed away last year. So, you know, the acquisition doesn't surprise me in the slightest. What they do with it, who knows? Him is off by 20 years. I'm wow, but it was weirdly prominent topic of discussion when I was in 6th grade. I was thinking like, because I was pretty like young and like didn't really like, or college-ish when that happened. So I like didn't really care as much. So I figured that you would have been interesting. A prominent topic in 6th grade. That's amazing. Amazing. So, Pro transmission too long for Incision. Oh, didn't know that. So I just relapsed back into RC in January. Was on the wagon since 2010. Can't bring you back. Josh, what's the name of the pink purple color used on the Vanquish wheels? Can't remember how it's said and it's bugging me. Pink purple. We never really had a name. We just called it, oh, the Plink. Plink. Oh, yeah. On like the beadlock rings and stuff. We never made wheels in that color, but. Or did we? We did, didn't we? We had some limited ones. Forgot about it. Kind of like the sound of a BB gun or a 22. Blink. So I gotta. Right. Pull it. Can we pull this drive shaft out? It's one of those. No, plink is when you hit the target. Damn it. I put the shorter shocks on here, so I got to remove a shock too. Thoughts on 1.9 tires stretched on 2.2 tanks? If you're going for that big wheel look, which I like, then I see no issue. If you saw the thumbnail from today on this particular stream, I obviously like big wheels. That was an AI generated image, obviously. Right. Joker 510714, thank you. Hi all, watching from work. Employee reviews due for my staff. What did I miss? Besides F1 sprint race qualifying, no spoilers. It wasn't sprint race qualifying today, Joker. You got to remember they changed format. It was qualifying for the big race today. Tomorrow is qualifying and the sprint. So tomorrow is a standalone day. Today was for Sunday. I won't spoil it for you though. Yep, AI generated, just like the Falcon Edition portal. New format is so dumb. No comment. I caught the highlights of qualifying. Oh, qualifying you have to watch in its entirety. You can't watch highlights of that one. I watch highlights of free practice. Not qualifying. I'm surprised you haven't put those 26ers on a crawler yet. They're so small on a crawler. So small. All right. Did I put the transmission side in? Nope. I did not. I wondered why I had 5 screws left. There we go. Missed Quali was picking up my new Road Glide from the dealer. Oh, I do love a Road Glide. Never used to love wait. Road Glide has the fork mounted fairing, right? Street Glide has the chassis mounted fairing. I always loved Road Glides. Street Glides I didn't love for a while, but now I really like. Oh, is it the other way? Backwards? It's backwards. Okay. Road Glide. Road Glide equals shark. What does that mean, Ben? Street bat shark? What the does that mean? I'm so confused. Road Glide is chassis mounted. Okay. The Road Grayson says hi. Hello, Grayson and Sophie and Arlo and Amber and her husband. Can't remember his name, but they called the Road Glide fairing a shark nose. Oh, Street Glides. So, yeah, the Road Glide is kind of one of my favorites now. I really like those. Great choice. Vander. Hello, Vander. Oh, Vander's the little. Nicole is visiting some friends back in Kansas City. Everybody can say hello to the whole clan over there, especially Grayson, I guess. But anyway, yes. Congratulations on your new scooter. Street Glide looks like the waiting game. Looks like the waiting. I think it. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean by the waiting game Batwing. It was just the movie Waiting, the game in it, and the Batwing. I don't like that particular image, but I know what you mean. Good thing Nicole missed all those new Hot Wheels being shown off. Waiting will change how you treat wait staff. Waiting was... I actually watched... I haven't seen a lot of Dane Cook movies in quite some time. But I actually watched My Best Friend's Girl this week. I don't know why I watched a rom-com by myself, but dang, that was the one where they had Jesus crust in there. Good show. Good show. When are you selling RCs next? Very soon. Very soon. I have 3 or 4 that I would like to unload here in the near future. Scott O'Blander, thank you very much. I worked for Enron from 97 to 2003. My 401k took a hit for sure. Oh, bummer. What? When was was 2003 the demise of it? Was that around that? Waiting is a great movie. Waiting was an excellent movie. You gotta make it like paper thin. It's so angry. Oh my God. What a solid movie. I'll trade you a Hot Wheels Redline Porsche 959. You got the 959, Dawson? Is that what you're saying? What do you want for it? Nicole, look away. Look away. I want that 959. Do you want pics? Yes. Yes, I do. My Trucks of Freedom, my Trucks of Freedom BS410 Pro is not officially a slider. Now to pick a paint color for the body to match it. You said not officially. Do you mean officially or not? Sell me the Escort. I want to make it a shelf queen in the block collection. I don't know if I want to sell the little Escort. It seems like it's so hard to sell at this point. Not that Nicole wants to hear, but so many of these now have become so hard to want to get rid of. The Fortec, that one will be able to go. My VS410 Phoenix straight axle RTR down there that's a replaceable truck. And I'm not going to sell it because it's a truck that I just drive, but the long wheelbase Unimog, that one is one that I'll likely sell here before too long. So at Nicole, Jasmine says, "Hi, friend. We love our show." Captain Insano shows no mercy is Brandon. Ha! Now I'm connecting the dots. There you go. See? Just got it. Connecting real names and screen names is sometimes a chore. It's a task at times. Thank you. Thank you, Brandon. Did you ever run across the Fox Body Mustang Super Treasure Hunt from a few years back? No. I think I only have like one Super Treasure Hunt. Or maybe I don't have any Supers. Maybe I just have regular treasure hunts. I don't really know. Bankruptcy was December 2002. Aha, worked there till 2003 though. I see. Still waiting for that Unimog. Yeah, that one I need to get done. Where can we find trucks for sale? Obviously, eBay is out. Yeah, likely they'll still just they'll go back on my website in the for sale section that I have there, just because. Yeah, I don't think I want to do eBay. I think maybe I would risk it there again on a couple of them, but I don't know. Probably not on many others. I feel like I want to try that whatnot thing that Matt used, but we'll see. GC Coop, thank you, George. Happy Friday. Do green wheels have a name like Dark Earth, or are they just called green? I made a joke on Facebook one day when someone asked that question, and I said they're called Let Freedom Green. But it was just a joke because we've just called them green. Not really a color. It's not something that we actually need a color for because they're never going to be on the website. They were just special to do for this thing. And while this green is not as difficult as the green that we did years back, we had talked to our plater, and we're doing production plating. So it's a lot of parts that go through at a time, and they're required to keep things within a very narrow shade range. So otherwise we reject it. Like, listen, these are not the color they're supposed to be. They have to go. They're not good enough. And you can only, if you strip wheels, you either change the finish or you have to scrap them. So they obviously do not like to mess up parts because it's expensive. And this green is still, it's a 2-color process to get that green, and it's not easy. So I sent the first batch to do the first set of wheels or trucks of fortune, and then I sent a second batch to get another one done. And when I had sent the first one, I had told the packaging girls who was writing it and communicating with them, like, no, we're just doing it. We're going to do a batch of these special wheels, blah, blah, blah. We don't really necessarily, what my thought is with how things are going to go, like how things are going to be sold versus what the actual demand is sometimes wildly off. And it was with this promotion especially. So I only did a certain number, and things just, of course, don't necessarily work out that way. So when I sent like another batch, he was just like, whoa, you said that this wasn't going to be a volume thing. So she had to be like, we're just doing, it's just, he got over it, but wasn't immediately happy about it. Strip them and polish, don't scrap. That the amount of labor that would be involved in that with tiny little wheels and little crevices and things like that would be so much beyond you just gotta go. Especially once you can only do so much, and then you start looking at deteriorated thread strength and things like that. So it's just only worth so much investment when things are wrong. GC Coop 2. I'm happy I got a set of green. Congrats. Yes, we're calling them limited and special and things like that. But like, I did a good amount. I wanted people to be able to get the cool, fun, limited, not available colors. Like, we're not trying to make it the sales of how much people sell this for secondhand, not our concern. So if I devalue their secondhand sales a little bit, that's not where I get any heartache from. But Seabass 1979, thank you. Got an Ultra in touch with you. What would you suggest as far as an immediate upgrades, i.e. machined VFD gears, incision drive shafts? Ultra comes with incision drive shafts. The gears that come into the standard VFD in the Ultra are super strong. Very rarely, if ever, see any breakage on there. If I was going to do anything, I would do an aluminum motor plate and 21% overdrive transmission gears. Just gives you a little bit more overdrive in there. An aluminum motor plate, those are the cool things. That's really what I would just push to. I really do like the SAD shocks now too, so also a consideration. You're extra special, Phoenix. You know what? David is right. So, slipper eliminator. Ultra comes with the slipper eliminator. The Phoenix was the first VS410 to come with a slipper. So, okay, I grabbed that. I thought, didn't I bring another package up too? Oh, clamp rings. I need to find out. I need to drop those in, these front wheels. Cadillac, thank you. Sorry if this was asked, just found out about your stream. Saw a post, I need the green 105s, please. Will those be released somewhere? Unfortunately, just like I was kind of just talking about, no, those are not something that are going to hit the website. A lot of these ones that we're just doing like as a special release that get mixed into the Trucks of Freedom. So that's the only way to get them. They're not guaranteed. It's luck of the draw. And that's it. We won't sell them individually. We won't pick a special box for you or anything like that. It's just a luck of the draw type deal. So yeah. Ah, that makes sense. I put a VFD2 trans in my Ultra. Ah, there. That is exactly why, Jay. When is the next Trucks of Freedom? No more. No more. If I get tricked into somehow doing it again at Christmas, we'll see. Beyond that, I have no idea. One of my lights just shut off? I swear something just like got dim. Anyway, hey, it's Grayson. Hello, Grayson. I softly. Yeah, right? Something turned off. That light's on. I think this one. This light is definitely dying. Trucks of Falcon. It's been suggestion. They're live now. Yes. There are Trucks of Freedom available right now. I put them up right before I left the shop today because that is when they finished them for me. So I put them up right before I left. That, I don't know, I doubt that that's the last batch, but it's probably one of them. However, there's some good stuff in this batch. Only number 2 is left. Yeah, I think all there was only a handful of ones that got done today. Everything else was. Yeah. Did I tell you look nice today? I have the dark earth axles. They look pretty nice, but I probably felt a heart palpitation seeing those green 105s. See, flattery actually works on me. That's the problem. But no, I still can't help you out there. Will there be more number 1s? Yes, there will be more. But we can only do so many of them in a day, and today we just worked on the package 2s. So, and it was wild hot. So I was not going to try and push them into getting more done today, but I will have more number 1s up next week. So, $14,000 vet bill equals no Trucks of Fortune for me. Whoa. That is a hefty bill. Not saying Nicole and I wouldn't do the same thing, but why do we love our pets so much? Damn it. So yeah. So do I come by, bring some of those wings, help pack some Trucks of Freedom, let's say, label one to Nevada, right? Free sweat and each Trucks of Freedom. I mean, today there could definitely be some like moist handprints. They might be a little musky. Listen, our shop is not air conditioned. The only rooms in our facility that are air conditioned are my office, our conference room, and where the girls package parts. They have air conditioning too. So they are normally in a climate controlled room until I pull all of the girls out of the packaging room. I'm like, hey, you got to come package Trucks of Freedom. So yeah, the girls were sweaty, but but you know, they got over it. Like I said, I got them Starbucks. That's everything, right? That's all you're supposed to do as a manager. Can I buy you a small token of food for your absolute punishment? QC should be AC'd. Yes, which is basically where they're at. They're the last ones to touch parts. They're the ones who see all of those things. So there's your Vanquish calendar. Oh my God. Yeah, let me try and take a photo while they're doing that. It would just be middle fingers. Pizza Party fixes everything. That is absolutely true. That's like the Flex Seal meme. It's just like whatever employees, it's like pizza fixes everything. Anyway. Well, I was going to put clamp rings in. I should do that. Why not? We've got some time. I'm not doing anything right now. Talking to myself in a room randomly, expecting that people are on the other end of this. Sometimes I do think about how odd it is that I'm just sitting here at a desk in my house. Nobody else is here. I'm just talking. You know, I can see myself and then just some random text. Maybe you're real people. Who knows? There it is. The nice thing about the impacts is that they are a 4-hole rear ring. So there's only 4 bolts. Makes it even easier. Joker 510, thank you very much. I was in Sacramento yesterday. It was 97 degrees at 1 p.m. Drove back to the Bay Area in Berkeley, El Cerrito area, and it was 65. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it at all. Just pantsless with 449 friends. I get up on occasion, so I did film a Scale News update in my boxers once. Not going to tell you which episode. It was recent. It's all AI Skynet. You know, I'm going to be crazy in a nursing home one day. Nicole had left me years ago. I'm just going to be like, I'm doing a live stream. Just talking to some AI Alexa. Order me razor blades. I hope that some of your automated assistants just went off. It's going to be 83 on the Rubicon tomorrow. You should join us. Tony! So tomorrow is Cantina for the Con, which the con is what the cool people call the Rubicon in our particular area. Anyway, Cantina for the Con is base camped at Robbers Resort. And Tony was going up there and they're going to run the Rubicon first and then jump to the event. He said, hey, you should go. But I had already committed to filming a video tomorrow over at Gately for a 3D scanner that I've got to do a video on. So you guys will get a new video on a new 3D scanner. But when is the cat leaving the bag? This is killing me. You see, I can't say anything here because one of you clips it out and then you post it in the groups on Facebook. I'm gonna need you all to sign an NDA. If everyone here can get me an NDA by the end of the video, I'll tell you all the details. Joke's on you. We're the pantsless ones. You know what? I assume that all of you watch the Scale News in the morning while you're on the John. So That's just where that's what I assume. Signed NDA. There any way to strip the clear coat off my 105s? Now, first of all, thank you, no. So it's anodizing technically. And yes, anodizing can always be stripped. But anodizing isn't like paint or powder coat. It's bonded in a different way. So you have to use a pretty harsh chemical. Oven cleaner is one of the most common like DIY at-home solutions. You got to do it for a certain length of time and not do it for too long so that you don't damage the wheels themselves. I have not stripped anodizing many times myself, so I can't give you instructions on it that would be that I would want to like stand behind. And I'm not trying to exercise my errors and omissions insurance, so I'd rather not. No. So anyway, Josh, did you see the guy off of Flex Rocks and Rollovers has his Jeep as a Hot Wheels now? I did not see that. Good for him. I got a bunch of messages last year or year before. I think maybe it was year before, because he had accidentally he knew my YouTube channel, and I had sponsored one of the We Rock buggies. So I had my logo on the side of one of the We Rock buggies, and he thought that it was me who was either driving or spotting at that time, which I had spot for We Rock before, but I was not there. So he's been like, oh yeah, I see this guy on YouTube, and I didn't know that he was doing this. I'm like, well, it's because I'm not. But he still makes great content. That's what this is not legal advice disclaimer is for during the RC stream. I'd rather just not. I watched the episode. Yeah. So, it's kind of funny, huh, right? My oven cleaner strips when I pay her. I don't know that mine's ever cleaned the oven. But I would, of course, not say that if I thought that she was still watching. But the 3D printers you use or have used, do they come with a basic design program or something you recommend? Steve, I recommend Fusion 360. Or Fusion 360 can seem a little daunting at first. You can always start with Tinkercad. And I'm super hesitant to say that because I really feel like you shouldn't, because people get comfortable and then they don't want to learn a more advanced or what I would call like a proper CAD program. And I highly recommend getting out of Tinkercad as soon as possible. But in the end, if you're doing any design work, it's better than no design work. But Tinkercad, SketchUp, things like that, they really limit you or get you doing things that you shouldn't. So like, you're highly limiting yourself by learning those and like absolutely focusing in those. I highly recommend getting out of Tinkercad as soon as possible. Like if you get in there and then you like it a little bit, you're like, oh, okay. Like you're getting the hang of it, immediately stop and go learn a CAD package like Fusion 360 again. It's free. As a hobbyist, you have to just redo your license every year. It's so powerful for free. I pay for I think I pay like $500 a year for it because I use it for my CNC. and it's a great program for the money. I use SolidWorks at work, but I'm not going to pay a $7,500 a year maintenance fee, or $7,500 one-time fee and $2,000 a year maintenance fee to use SolidWorks at home. So, and especially since I'm doing videos and things like that, I'm not willing to do the pirated version. I'm not saying that I've been above that type of thing in the past. Just saying that if I'm putting it up on the internet, I better be legit. As I stream oftentimes with my Activate Windows watermark on the corner of my stream. Linus Tech Tips does it. I can do it too. Super Greg, thank you very much. Josh, I have a Phoenix with the Incision 2 light kit. Can I plug it into the bind port since the 1080 G2 takes up 3 auxiliary ports and it's all I have left? I believe so. I believe that the bind port, the power and ground traces are shared. So I do believe that you can. I'm pretty sure. I wish that I was 100% sure, but I'm like 99% sure. So if anything, you're not going to hurt it, but I'm almost positive that it'll work. So Hobby Room, thank you again as well. Does your show or Matt's have a coupon code for Vanquish about to do a thing? No, it does not. It doesn't. I don't have a coupon code. We don't have any coupon codes on Vanquish. I create the coupon code, so I could technically, but no, we don't. I don't. He does. It'd be weird if I gave Matt one and I didn't have one myself. So. Do it for 2 hours. That's what I have done that in the past, actually. And I think I created them. I was like, I'm going to do it for like just the 2 hours during the live stream and put that up. But then at the same time, I was just like, no, because then people are going to leave during my stream and go shop. I'm like, no, I want them to be here. I should make it so that it's good for the 2 hours right after my stream. Especially then, so all the East Coast people are like trying to stay awake, one eye open, just like, I got up at 3 a.m. your time. I'm trying to. I couldn't think of a way to do it that wasn't super rude or disadvantageous to myself. That's why we have 2 screens. Well, I assume some of you are pooping for this entire stream, so I don't need someone leaving. I'll sign an NDA for a coupon code. It's got to come certified mail. Actually, don't do that. Certified mail makes me nervous. Alex, well, you aren't wrong. Imagine how dead your legs would be after 2 hours. There we go. You did one at the end of a live stream once. Scott, I thought, yeah. I remember, like, I've planned it a number of times in the past and then, like, just didn't. But I guess I did do it at least one of those times. Went to Axial Fest Badlands for the first time. I'm officially hooked on that event. I tell you what, RC events in general are such a good time. It's just, you meet fun people. You just have fun. You know what? That's a poll. Hold, please. Start a poll. And we're going to say, have you been to a scale RC event? Meaning like scale crawler, scale trail, that type of thing. Like, not racing. I feel like racing is like the opposite type of vibe. When do you have do you have a fully disassembled VFD again to change? Do you have to fully disassemble the VFD? No, you do not. You can just take the slipper or the slipper eliminator off, and then, you know, the spur gear, whatever. 2 bolts, new motor plate, put it back in. So, no, you do not have to disassemble it hardly at all. Especially when you nap on a log. Theron was in Colorado, obviously, but I take great naps at RC crawling events, specifically competitions. A little bit of waiting between, find a nice. Generally, I try and find a rock, nice rock in the sun or out of the wind, depending. Just knock out. Why did this week's SNU have 3+ minutes of black screen at the end? So I edit in Adobe Premiere. And when you edit one of those videos, it has like an in and an out point. And you have to set those points. I edit in the same timeline for the video every week. And I just replace footage and I redo my blah, blah, blah. I forgot to change the out point. So the out point, the length of this week's video is the exact same length as last week's video. There you go. Fun fact for all of you and my screw up. I thought I was going to get a bonus track like we did on the CD. Is this a Green Day CD? Secret song? Yeah, I know. I remember secret tracks. Josh, I'm building my first flat rail using the Interceptor chassis. What's the reasoning behind tilting the shocks inward? How much to get the best performance? So tilting the shocks inward, it's a basically, if they were straight up and down, your axle would move exactly the same amount of distance as the shock shaft travels. If you tilt it back, as it goes up, it actually goes back a little bit as well. So you get like the component vector is a little bit longer on the hypotenuse. Therefore, you can get more travel length than your shock is because it moves a portion of it as it goes up. So, what's your vector, Victor? Yeah, something like that. What? So the tilt, it also reduces your shock rate though. So the more you're tilted, the more that you should stiffen up your springs because they become less effective as they go up and as that shock gets flatter. So there's a number of things that come in. It's a balance. Yeah. What, we're doing math now? Since I have a chance to question this live, I've heard that somebody has at VP a Ripper painted John Deere green with automotive paint. Also, it gets beat on. Is this true? That is a combination of stories, actually, Cadillac. So there is not a Ripper painted John Deere green. There is a VS410 that was painted John Deere green, like a tractor. The tractor, when you paint it, it's assembled. So someone assembled their VS410 Pro and they painted the whole thing. Shocks attached, axles on, everything. They just spray painted the entire thing, assembled minus the body. That person is also not at Vanquish. That was, I believe, Dan Davidson at Beef Tubes. Because Nick, I can't remember his last name, he's in Florida. He did like a Alice Chalmers one. Something like that. No, maybe it wasn't Alice. I can't remember which one it was. Massey Ferguson or Alice Chalmers or, man, my tractor name recall isn't too bad right now. But I don't remember which one. His was either red or orange, and I can't remember if Alice Chalmers is red and Massey Ferguson is orange or vice versa. Kind of like that bouncer Plowboy. Yeah, old school Plowboy. That old school Plowboy was like, it reminded me a lot of Orange County Choppers, because it was like during that time, like that style of build. So it wasn't FAM. Oh my God. FAM's OCD would go off so hard if you even like just showed him that photo. Ah! Ron Starner, thank you very much for your donation. No question. If you have one, put it in there. I'll try and catch it. Why do I kind of feel the need to build a tractor truck now? Nick Barber, thank you, Tony. And he did Alice Chalmers. Dan Davidson did the John Deere Green. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That completes all of the information that I needed. And Alice Chalmers is orange. See? Who said your Midwest is showing? I blew the motor in my RC 4-wheel drive Trailfinder 3, and you wouldn't believe how far you have to tear down to get the motor. It's never going back together. Dan called it Charlene after the song. Ah ha ha ha. Ford was blue. Yep, I remember Ford blue. We had a blue Ford tractor growing up. We had a gray Craftsman tractor growing up, and I'm pretty sure we had both. I think we definitely had an Alice. We definitely had an Alice. Trying to remember the other ones growing up. We had a lot of tractors here and there. Orange Lamborghini tractor. We did not have one of those. We had one of the little old Craftsman tractors. I remember I used to drag the arena with that, all the riding arena. Make sure it looked nice and smooth. When I was way too young to be piloting a tractor on my own, unsupervised. I have no idea why I was allowed to do the things that I did. But made it this far. America, that's why. Agent Man, you are now. You know, something like that. I remember. Do you guys remember getting the knife catalogs in the mail? Is that just a Midwest thing? They were like a J.C. Whitney, but only knives and swords and shit like that. And I remember in the very back there was a little ad for like a knife that was in there, and it was only text, no photos, but it had the dimensions of this knife for like $12. Smoky Mountain Knife Works. Yes. That sounds exactly right. And I remember like this little ad, and it had the dimensions of what this knife would be. And I remember like asking my mom for this knife, and it was like $12 or something like that. It was super cheap. I mean, it was also a long time ago. Coke was a nickel. No. But I remember she was just like, okay. And she like filled in the order form and I suppose sent a check or something. I don't know. But I remember like waiting weeks for this delivery, because I remember like measuring it out on the carpet, and like the blade is this long and the overall length is, and I remember this thing came and it was a Bowie knife, and it was It was huge. I still have it to this day. It's still in good shape. It's in my garage right now. I still have the original leather sheath for it and everything. And just remember it actually coming in the mail. And I remember them being like, what in the world is that? She's like, it's a $12. I collected pocket knives as a kid. I carried a pocket knife to school. Rambo survival knife? No, this was just a rubber-handled stainless steel knife. But I carried a Gerber pocket knife to school every day, and it was just normal. It wasn't. I don't think I would have ever gotten in trouble for having it or anything like that. It was just carried knives. Like, it was a pocket knife. It's a big deal. Not the same now. I used to collect butterfly knives. Yeah, I had like a number of buck knives, just regular pocket knives in general. But yeah, I collected knives, and it was just a normal thing. Is that a felony now? You'd definitely be on a list. I don't know if my small town would have any problem with it, but I imagine the big city has got to them, I think. I had my first boat at 8. I carry a pocket knife every day now. I use my pocket knife multiple times a day, every single day. Like, not having a pocket knife would be terrible. Knife, no trouble. Yeah, like, that's just your name is now on an FBI watch list. Yeah. That's normal in the Midwest. Yeah, it was. At least you learned from your dad not to blow up ours. I learned so much from my dad, but it, is that leading by example? Yeah, I bet I heard 1,000 times growing up. Do as I say, not as I do. Probably 5,000 times, really, because it was multiple times a day. He would have to tell me that. Do as I say, not as I do. Old timer with the carbon steel blades. I still have one of those. Absolutely still have one of those as well. My dad always says, look with your eyes, not with your mouth. What does that mean? Close your mouth? Parasailed airboat. He's my hero. My dad sent me photos day before yesterday, of his newest purchase. And I was so freaking excited. You guys will totally understand why in a moment. Here is my dad's most recent purchase. Obviously, I was excited. Hydraulic dump bed, the whole deal. It's a Hi-Jet. I'm like, yes! That's amazing. I was so excited. So they live in a small town in Iowa. And it's just on the other side of Omaha. So not far from like where I grew up. But anyway, they have a river lot where they have like their RV is parked full time, and it's like a nice little community of people down there. But it's like 7 or 8 miles away. And he's got a little side by side that he can take there, drive the truck. But no need for that when you now have a key truck. Hydraulic dump bed and all. So stoked. It's right-hand drive too. Five speed right-hand drive. Okay. There we go. I'm envious. Exactly. So cool. Turn it into a drift truck. I'm so nervous to see what kind of attachments my dad builds for that thing. I cannot explain the things that he's attached to different vehicles over time. It's so the modifications. Put a WPL sticker on the side. It was so he had sent this text to my brother and I. And he's the text that he says, "Hello boys, just got the little bitch home. Hydraulic dump bed 4x4. I'll be the shit here in Tabor. Could possibly get a call to deliver. I could possibly get a call to deliver mail. Right hand drive, 5-speed. Oh baby." So a little bit of how my so funny. But my brother then, of course, feels the need to Photoshop the photo as he responds. Just for no reason. Just why not? But, and then I sent a photo of the key truck, the WPL. Yeah. Yes. Key truck. So much fun. He needs a hay spike, exactly. Gotta put a lift in it, wheels, tires. I have to tell you, I'm absolutely, all of those things could happen. Somehow, in some way. Is the engine smaller than a smart car? I'm pretty sure they're like 800 cc, right? Like that's the regulation for them overseas. Make it a 6x6 like Grindheart. Jesus. Needs a Busa motor. Oh my god. No. 660 cc? Oh, I thought they were 800. Ah. I wasn't paying attention on that bead. Then it is, because smarts are 0.9 liter. Oh, I see a duck boat behind it. Wait, what? Oh, you could see a duck boat. Manual in a right-hand drive. I'm not ambidextrous. No, there will. His boat. He's always got boats. The water is where my dad wants to be all the time. If my dad isn't fishing, he's probably sleeping or eating. That's about it. Or cooking fish. Right. Need to swap into sport. Oh, see, my dad is the resourceful type, so he would source some sort like yeah, sport bike motor. That sounds like a good idea, and then he would end up sourcing like a Harley motor instead, and it would be extremely loud and about the same power somehow. Photoshop donk wheels. Let's see. I think I'm the only one in my family that is a fan of that style. My brother might be too. He could skip the middle steps and get a houseboat. Oh, he's fashioned houseboat-esque boats in the not so distant past. It's like, it's awfully cold in the water, so I made this enclosure. And I put a propane heater in there. I'm like, are you sure that's safe? That's fine. The Red Cat donk wheels might be the right size. All right. Do you know where Carroll, Iowa is, Josh? I sure do. I believe that's where my dad was born. I've been to Carroll, Iowa many times. Spent a lot of my life in Iowa. Did the boat blow up? It did not. He sunk more than one boat, for sure. But you're asking a guy with 9 fingers if it's safe. I'd say that's probably 9, but it's like 4.5 on each hand is the problem. Carroll, Iowa here. Hey, there you go. I used to drive from my little hometown, Fort Calhoun, up to Okoboji on the weekends. So drive up to like Denison and Odebolt and, you know, all the little ones through there. Storm Lake, Spencer, Odebolt. So many other little ones. What's the one with the W? Will something? But then, of course, you know, the other big ones. One word of advice. Tell Dad to look into tires. A lot of those key trucks have weird sizes, and you want to swap wheels to something more available. I can imagine he'll weld some sort of plate on so he can bolt on some other wheel that he already has. Country AF. I drove truck 18 years through all of those towns. It's a nice little pass through there. It's a good drive. Good night, Phoenix. Thanks for checking in. But yes, that's not what I meant. Oh, I know. I see corn. Yep. You just look this way, there's corn, and then you look that way, and there's corn. Sometimes there's a big bluff. That's about all. It's your only option. Look at corn or an IBP plant. That's it. Corn, beans, and pigs. Exactly. It's corn. It's a big... I already forgot the corn song. The key truck bed is more spacious than your Gladiator bed. And more useful, being that it's a hydraulic dump. So, you know, you lose some, you lose some. Anyway, all right. Some brass in the front. Some updates. I have a lot of work to do in CAD. That's not saying much. And it folds flat. Damn it. Huge lump with nut. It's got the juice. Now it's coming back to me. Now it's come back. Anyway. Let's look at our poll. It's 59% no. That doesn't surprise me. Actually, I'm kind of surprised that 41% of you so far have gone to a scale RC event. Because like going to an event, I mean, local events, yeah, that would still count. I'd still allow that. But going to events is a commitment, and just whether you have time or funds, the desire to go walk around, stand around a bunch of strangers playing with toys. 41% is still pretty good. Granted, people who are here may be of a more dedicated bunch, so there's more likely to be more people that have attended, of course. But if you do get the chance, even if you don't know anybody, you've never been, it's worth going. You know, it's just, like I said, I've met so many of my close friends at events like that. It's a great time, and even if you don't know somebody, you'll meet somebody there. Like, you'll be fine. You'll just go to a trail and start running with people, and then you just run with them. Like, yeah, I'm here now, and it's good. How do I start an RC crawler scene in my community? Well, now it seems the best way is like start a Facebook group. Try and go to like other groups, larger groups, and try and say, hey, I'm in this area. If there's any other people in this area, come, join. It's not easy, of course, and depending on the area you're in, the population may or may not help to support that. Beat the Creek in Kentucky was an amazingly huge event and swap meet all in one. That was one I wanted to make it to, but this year it just wasn't going to happen. But hopefully I do get to make it out that one, because yeah, huge event. And I just like that part of the country. Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, just that whole area. That was like one of Nicole and I's kind of favorites. Just that portion of the States. So yeah. I was walking with a beautiful blonde last night, and then she seen me, and we went for a run. Pull out a ramp, make a car fly, watch scene appear. Yeah, like, ooh, ramp. There was one local to me in Massachusetts, Farm Fest 23. So that is the, I don't know why Farm Fest, but you said Massachusetts, and there's an event up in Massachusetts this year in Fitchburg, Mass. RC Excitement is putting on an event that I'm going to try and make. I've talked about it a couple of times. Timing of it is very difficult. I have an event just a few days before in Vegas. So I'm going to be because I'm going to be in the Midwest, back here, drive to Vegas, drive back, then probably fly right out to Mass, if all works out, and then try and maybe hit a handful of stores and locations out there before flying back again. So if it works out, it's not going to be easy, but I hope that it happens. Still said that teams K&K is not having a TTC this year. Yeah, the K&K not being able to do the event anymore, that is too bad. But let's see. Nicole would kill me if I shared this photo, but I should do it anyway. She just sent me. She's, like I said, she's over to friends, and evidently, do it. She's not here. We'll see. Let's see. We all signed NDAs. Yeah. Evidently, they were face painting. Slide it under the truck. Oh my goodness. We'll see. Sounds like a lot. Oh yeah. It would absolutely be a ton of work, because it would be, I have like the autism awareness crawl out here first, then to the Midwest, then back California, then to Vegas, back to California, then try and fly out to Massachusetts, then come back, and then, how's it go? Proline by the Fire is right in there somewhere too. So It's like it's just, I don't know. We'll see. Like, I don't know if I'm capable of that much travel and event in a row. Like it'd be like 2 months away. 2 months away from home, basically. But yeah. Anyway, let's hit end to this poll. There we go. Review what you did. Some of us weren't here. James, I can do that. At the top of the show, we briefly talked about not talking about some of the things that were posted on Facebook today. They were not a mistake, but more information isn't available yet. It will be before too long. So if you're on the Facebook groups and possibly saw some things, there's that. If you didn't, you'll see more soon. Then I started working on this. I did a custom livery of my own here for everyone to see. Inspired by nothing, but this is the Basecamp project, which I have been working on, and it's going pretty well. I've been mocking up body panels so that I can start working on that in CAD, because I have lots of plans that I'm going to try and get done this weekend, which seems ridiculous, but I can't believe how far I've got on this already, with the fact that I have like 3 weeks until Axial Fest. I mean, I might be done a week ahead of time. We'll see. It's big talk right now. We decided a livery already for this. We're going to go like old school Smokey and the Bandit. This would be the Bandit car, right? For Bird Reynolds, as a throwback to my original YouTube channel. So we'll put a fire chicken on the hood, tie it in with the gold. It'll be carbon fiber panels. Sold. Yeah. I installed Incision drive shafts on here, because that's that. Then I put some brass clamp rings in the front, and we threw some tire foams in there. Whoops. What did I just do? I closed all my windows. Stream is still going. Good deal. There we got that. That was fun. I'll believe it when I see it. That's exactly. Take to the skate park, stress test it. I do need to get some parts for this, I feel. I technically could swap the front housing, I think, and still be Axial Fest legal. As long as I say that they're Axial Fest or Axial upgrade parts, which I could make say on the website if they don't already, which I think they do. Anyway, but I'm concerned about like the panhard mount on this side of the straight axles. It's not the beefiest. That panhard mount is pretty questionable. Rear axle is stock, of course, but just a little concerned about that. F10s, not F10s, but I could put like a D44 in here, because I technically already have on the website that D44s are SCX-10-2 upgrade parts. So, I'm just saying. Jay Rogers, so is the chopper dead in the water now that you're busy again? No, I definitely want to work on that one again. Not dead. I just want to do it right. I've got parts for it, but we'll get back to it. I just wanted to have this done for Axial Fest. So that's why it kind of just got made into a priority. And the chopper, while it could have been Axial Fest legal, it's not exactly much of a trail truck. So this will make an excellent trail truck. if the D44s are Axial upgrade parts, why would the Origin not be Axial Fest legal? It's a solid argument, David. I feel like if you pieced it together, you know, it's a good argument. If you put, I don't have an argument against it at all. So, I don't know. How come you're not building this one in full droop like the Porsche? Because this one, the clearances are not tight. The Porsche, everything was like, it would touch in every place at full movement. This one is going to be miles away in pretty much all the areas. Like, you know, I'm kind of close there. Well, not really. When the body panel's in place, I've got a 1/2 inch or more clearance at the tightest spot. Everywhere else, I've got 3/4 of an inch or more. So full bump is just where I build if I'm super concerned about tolerance or clearance, I should say. Seen Phoenix at Badlands. Nothing I can say about that. Yeah, you know. I like how Josh cheats. Make a product that is 1 of 1. Puts on Vanquish, makes it say for an Axial, just so you can run it at an event. There's one other time that it wasn't like cheating for me directly, but I helped someone else fudge. The rules stated that you could change out. I'm not gonna out this person specifically, but the rules of a certain event had a class that was a stock class, and you were allowed that you could do like a couple of certain things. But like say it was a wheel. You couldn't run a wheel and then add a weight to that wheel. That wouldn't be allowed. But if the wheel had that weight, or you know, the weight was part of that wheel, then it was allowed. So I put on the website a wheel that had the weight. And that was just that was the product. There was only one and they were sold out. But this person had them and he could run them. He or she could have been they ran them. Just saying. Wasn't me. Not going to say the event or the person or the product specifically. So, yeah. Josh and his air quote rules. It was a little girl looking for revenge. As your lawyer, I'm telling you to shh. Oh, I have more. Nicole sent me more. So I'm showing these on stream now. I'm going to see what her response is first. So, yeah. It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. I was just helping. I had aluminum axles and they passed it. They passed it if they were even blue. Watch the viewer count go up by 1. Yeah. Bink. Up and went down by 5. Joke's on you. It was for Nicole, so she could come. Yeah, that will never happen. Every time y'all say that I can hear is from Better Off Dead. Where's my money? Last year's Sorca front bumper rules. I don't remember last year's Sorka front bumper rules. I do remember making a separate front bumper for a car just to make sure I was legal without saying it to anybody that I was doing it. Thomas, thank you very much. Will we still be able to get parts like spare axles for Pro and Ultras? Also, can't wait to see the daily Axial Fest videos. Let's see the Ripper. Yeah, tons of parts like that for the Ripper stuff. Ripper, sorry. You said Ripper, so that I didn't mean that. It's a slip of the tongue. Pro and Ultra stuff. The Pro stuff is the exact same as the F10 stuff. So like those shafts they'll be available for a long time. No concerns there. Ring gears, things like that. Falcon Pro. Matt, go to hell. Go away. Anyway, so yes, you will still have any of the parts you need for quite some time. No concerns. I can't sleep. It's because it's only 11 o'clock where you're at, Matt. You shouldn't be needing to sleep yet. You still got a few hours of work hours to get going on. But, you know, there's that. The Ripper is back. Rose all day. What is rose all day is what he meant. I knew exactly. I see it now. Josh considers himself a Falcon Pro. Others think he's an amateur. I had a chopped VS410 at Axial Fest last year, and it passed. I'm not there to. I'm not there to say what should or shouldn't pass. Not my problem. Not my problem. But Matt is old. I mean, he's got to get up and eat his oatmeal and raisins. Anyway, it is a little after 8. I feel like tonight might be, we'll go for a little bit longer. Well, I'm going to grab a water, though, because, yeah, I'm not going to be able to keep talking if I don't. So, talk amongst yourselves. Peanut, neither a pea nor a nut. I don't know how that saying goes. I'll be back. I have one of the armless Palmers from Andy C. Show got infinitely better. Not enough orange on that rig. Is that the Jeff Gill? The Jeff Gill that's been... Armless Palmer. Hey, I need that. Armless Palmer, one of the best ones I've ever had. Mango Chainsaw is now my number 2. My legs are numb. You're gonna have to stand up at some point. I'm thinking about trying the Buried Alive. Ooh, I don't... I could see it. Yes, sir. The Rock Crawler. Jeff Gill, good to see you around, sir. Glad to see you on stream. Been a long time. David Ferris, thank you. Will new liveried Phoenix bodies be available? I have no idea what you're talking about, and also no. No, they will not. VP having a booth at Axial Fest? Yep. Yes, we will. Buried Alive is my number 1. Interesting. One Ripper in the next Trucks of Fortune? Nope. Hard no. JAA just put 96-pound, 12-inch subs in a sound competition card this last week. That is absolutely wild. Booth means place for Josh to sleep under the table. I sit in a booth better than almost anybody. I am one of the best sitters ever. I can sit so well. It's scary good. Matt Proline is doing a Lexan Suga. Let's hope. You mean where he makes the mods run it? That was Proline by the Fire, and there was a small amount of time where I was busy. Josh has a stoic booth presence. The secret is tall chairs. Nicole will also be there at Axial Fest. So Lexan is less than carbon fiber. Fully agree, Matt. Carbon fiber, all the things. That's why this peasant hood here is short term. I'll be there in spirit. Your spirit is boring. Josh, how many miles do you think you will walk at Axial Fest? I walked almost 21 at Badlands. Me personally, not many. I can't walk that much. I actually just can't. Like, my ankles are trashed from just like my whole life, birth defect stuff. So I can walk a few miles in a day, and the next day you will notice how poorly I am walking. So that is part of the reason why I sit so well. Lots of practice. So yeah, I try not to do so many steps that I'm in too much pain to do anything else the next day. Walking is for people who don't have mini trikes. Last year they were pretty picky about mobility devices. So I don't know that I'll have my mini trike there. That's why he brings Nicole for the piggyback rides. She's always just like, just lean on me and walk this. I'm like, I'm fine. Leave me alone. Just put a blue card on it. That's a good. I need a rear view mirror just so I can hang a blue card on it. Ooh, they have to let mobility devices. Jesse, I'm not going to say that I didn't look into the specific classifications for mobility devices to see if I could say that this was a mobility device. However, the mobility device classification stuff is actually pretty narrow, so I couldn't get around it. Weirdly enough, gas-powered is not allowed as a mobility device. Any word from Nicole? She didn't respond. Or did she respond? Nope, she did not. She knew better. That means I better definitely not. So my JLU isn't a mobility device? Not. How is a disabled person supposed to have any fun? Just say you're Harley Designs. They will let you slide. I'm guessing they'll be like, no, that is not a Harley for one. Like, wait, that's not what I mean. No response is like saying okay. Ooh, if it's just an RC, if I say it's just an RC car, then it's like, well, it's an RC car. I'm just riding it. RC cars are allowed at this event. It's an RC event. This also is this identifies as an RC car. Clear your screen. Yeah. Put an axial sticker on it. Technically, the throttle is on a wired remote. Just ride the SCX6. I do need to get my SCX6 into drivable shape again. It needs a little bit of work. Is Vanquish open tomorrow for customer support? No. Everybody is. Customer support is not open on the weekends. I mean, I'm not saying that he doesn't respond to emails, but we're not in the office. So, and being a holiday weekend, probably not. If you have like a technical question, you can shoot me a message on Instagram, and I respond to just about everything I can. But if it's like a order something or other, things like that, I'm not going to be a ton of help to you. I say that I couldn't be, but that's just outside of what I normally do, and I'm not trying to scoop on some more stuff to my... My SCX6 has had one battery through it. Tires are probably square now. Oh, yeah. Just get a Raminator. I've thought about a Raminator, but in the end, I don't think it's for me. I'm like, I'm going to make the only smart decision that I've ever made and say, I'm going to pass on this particular idea. Don't let Nicole hear that, because then she'll get used to it. And I can't be having that. No, sir. Wish they'd make an electric Raminator. That's true. I have been thinking about getting an LMT, because they're doing monster truck races out here now. And like, LMT is Horror Cow equals Jesse. Yeah. And the Horror Cow is like a play on the orcas that are messing with boats now. So, LMT is pretty fun. I could see it being fun, and being that they've got a little racing scene going on, I could see it being fun. So, yeah. Messing with boats or subs? I've decided not to on that one. So what does the Bamboo X1 carbon package provide? Multicolor printing. It does do that. It's very fast. It's got the comes with a bunch of filaments, but the AMS on top will do the multicolor setup, or just like if you want to do it for support, things like that. But yeah, I'm digging it. I'm getting more and more. I haven't really flexed the multicolor part of it yet. I'll get to that. But I've been using it for this thing at this point completely, and I'm going to be doing all of the molds with it. So for like my carbon fiber hood, and yeah, I'm excited. I love carbon fiber. Everyone making fun of the Logitech, yet it survived. Agreed. Evidently, the stream needs to be over. Missed my mouth. After 2 beers. Jesus. Hole in your lip? I know. Damn it. But when you use multicolors on the X1C, you will lose a ton of filament to the tower. Yeah, I've had a multicolor printer before, in the whole primer tower thing. Like I'm used to that. I know that. But if I'm trying for that type of thing, I get it. Like I get that that's going to be the case. So I'm not crazy worried about it, but it's not also like my main focus. So, yeah. Does anyone know if the Proline bug body will pass as a class 3 body? Well, class 3 body requirements are very minimal. So you're likely just fine. It's pretty easy to get anything to pass as a class 3 body. So it appears tonight that 2 beers is 3 too many. You say a ton of filament, but really it isn't that much. The grand scheme of things, the tower will weigh a couple of grams. Yeah. I mean, the amount of filament that I use for like the jigs for this that I just throw, I mean, I use that once and then just pitch it. So in the end, my filament usage is the least of my concerns. It's always about speed. Hey Josh, tall guy with the beard that came up to say hi to you at DIA. Finally stopped raining in Colorado. We switched it. Nice to meet you. See, Matt, this gentleman here, the one who came up and said hi, he was the one who waited until you left to come say hello. at the restaurant that we were all having some drinks and food at, which I thought was hilarious, and Nicole thought was even more funny. Yeah, the tall guy with the blue. I was like, blue beard. Oh yeah, he did have a dyed blue beard. I forgot about that. It's because Matt looked nervous. Hilarity. What a great time. In general, this was a great stream. I'm glad that it didn't turn into a utter chaos the entire time. You guys were great. I appreciate all of you. But I am going to end this now because I'm going to do CAD work. And I know that I can end this or can do CAD work. And at the end, it will be the same thing because everyone will just leave. So that's going to do it for tonight. Again, appreciate it. Hope you have a good weekend. And I feel like I do want to do an STL Sunday. Even if no one watches, I enjoy that show. So maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do some, I'll get some scan data. So I have that already, or I'll just use this hood. And then can like just show you a little bit of like how I do some hood surfacing, how I do some cage work, and how I do the fixturing for the cages, in case you have any interest. And I can do a 3D printer video too. Good call, Matt. While nobody's watching, let's do this. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that for Sunday. I'll try and do it like I did earlier. It's a weird one because it's a holiday weekend and everything, but I'm gonna try for like that 10 a.m. again. That was a reasonable time. You gonna paint the cage gold, Josh? I don't know, because I don't want to clash with the wheels. So we'll see. I got to figure out what to do there yet. I'm off to watch qualifying. It was good quali. Have fun there. We got a race tomorrow morning, and oh shoot, we have F1 Sunday. I'm gonna look at the F1 schedule, and I'll try and schedule the stream like tomorrow. That way, everyone can know ahead of time. That's gonna be my plan. Sound good? Great, grand, wonderful. Have a great start to the rest of your weekend. We'll see you Sunday. Later, guys.